But they're really out here doing this shit to girls, including me, including Sabrina, including a lot of girls. A lot of people has been victims of this shit. That shit is not cool. That shit is not cool. And then it's underage girls. Seriously, I wasn't even 21. I just turned 22. You know? And when you're fucking being manipulated and bribed with money and, you know, and then talk shit to like a dog after you won't agree to do something, that shit is serious. Then these are rich, famous people. You guys are asking me, why the fuck did you do that? Because so do you want help or money? I'm confused. I don't want help. I don't need help. And I don't want money neither. I just want to tell my story.
Now, before we really start digging into a timeline, the allegations, when everything started, I do want to remind everyone that everything that is said here, based on information, based on, you know, what we're looking through, is alleged, right? We don't know who's guilty or not. There's no criminal anything as of yet. There's a lot of allegations, and so in fairness to both T.I. and Tiny and her family and the team and everyone, is everything that is spoken and reviewed for today's video is alleged, speculative, the opinions that have been collected, the information that has been collected throughout the weeks, and that we will be breaking down. So again, let's make it rain by saying allege, hypothetically, speculative, possibly, maybe, all the words that you can think of as far as under the alleged umbrella. Now, let's give these allegations and accusations a timeline, okay? Around, I want to say January or so, I believe it was the last week of January, we saw Sabrina Peterson accuse T.I. Of pointing a gun or holding a gun to her and her children, okay? Pointing a gun to her head in front of her children. And also Sabrina said something to the effect of, allegedly, that she never called the police, but that she was painted as the villain for years from the family, from T.I. and Tiny, okay?
He knows what happened. So don't sit around. What you won't do on top of everything else is you won't lie on me. Clifford Harris put a gun in my head. Truth is, I didn't have a weapon. Truth is, I didn't call the police on him. Truth is, I didn't sue him and I could have. Truth is, I never spoke about this on the many times I could have spoke about it. That's the truth. That's the truth. And I don't understand how you got these big old balls of steel, because you know me. You know me. More than you know me, you know me. And I'm the smallest bit of your worries. Don't worry about me. I'm outside of the statute of limitations. I don't need nothing from you. But my truth is my truth.
And so from the last week of January, the allegations continue. Sabrina Peterson posted some screenshots and DMs of other women and people that were also alleging that they had been forcing women to take drugs and you know, sexual abuse to that nature. Those were some of the DMs that were shown. And then a representative of the couple basically took it to E! News, you know, with a statement saying that that this is appalling. These allegations were made by Sabrina Peterson, and basically saying that Sabrina Peterson has been a very difficult woman for over the decades, and that they're going to take this matter very seriously, as well as take legal action. Followed by that, then we see T.I. in his Instagram account basically saying, you know, and I quote, "Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who are into what we are into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We've never forced anybody. We've never drugged anybody against their will. we've never held anybody against their will. We've never made anybody do anything. We never sexually trafficked anything. Okay? So that was the statement that he made on his Instagram account, I believe on a live, and you know, it totally went viral, and it led to people kind of speculating even more, right? In response to T.I.'s statement, Sabrina Peterson decides to go do a polygraph test, where she also posted the polygraph. She took a small little video clip of her taking the polygraph test, reviewing some of the questions about, or being tested on whether the gun situation happened, where, you know, and again, a polygraph test is, it's a little bit of a, it's a tool, right? But it's not, it's inadmissible in court. It can't be really used. So anyways, she pays basically $650. She posted those results on Instagram, and I'll show you guys those pictures. And her, based on the polygraph test, there was no signs of deception. In this, she tries to, you know, further show that she went to a professional, further show her truth and kind of how that went down. And the other thing too is that with the polygraph test is, you know, those questions are developed based on, you know, what is it exactly that you're trying to wean out. How you ask the question, you know, is very tricky and could also not really give a good scientific response or what you're looking for. And categorically, you know, they're not held in court. They can't really use a polygraph against someone. So that's why I think that, and rightfully so, T.I. and Tiny responded with Sabrina's polygraph by challenging it, as they should. We should be able to challenge a polygraph, right? It's especially something as big as what's happening. So I will show you guys, as you can see, the clips right here, and let me know if you have any questions about them. We can look into that as well. But it sounds like Sabrina posted all of her receipts about what she has done to make sure that she can clear her name on these allegations. And so then, again, T.I. defending himself posted on Twitter that the 29th of January, a posting basically that said Sabrina Peterson caught posting fake T.I. and Tiny victims, and it looks like it's a series of text messages, and also like a little confessional of Sabrina basically saying that, you know, she made it sound so real. Can you imagine that other people are doing this, just hopping on the bandwagon, trying to make them look bad. And so I will show those pictures in there, but really alluding by this, allegedly, T.I. posted this kind of alluding to, you know, this is a whole hoax that is being concocted and made up by Sabrina and other quote unquote victims. Now, as things were getting a little bit crazy, and if they couldn't get any worse for Tiny and T.I., Shekinah Joe, who is a family friend, you know, she's done a couple of shows with Tiny, reality shows, and, you know, really kind of got her head start by partnering with Tiny and T.I., you know, in the Family Hustle and their own little spin-offs and stuff. So she took it to IG to defend her friend, and basically allege that, you know what, Sabrina is obsessed with Tiny, and, you know, it has been obsessed with her for years, and kind of opening up and saying probably a little bit more than what she should have said in a live to defend her friend. And so then it from there, it kind of opened another door into, well, okay, so if Shekinah's having to come and, you know, defend her friend, what else is there that we don't know about Tiny and T.I. and their bedroom shenanigans, if that makes sense? So in this live, Shekinah claimed that Sabrina wants attention from Tiny. Shekinah claimed that Sabrina was invited to T.I. and Tiny's bedroom and they engaged in sexual activities. Shekinah also claimed that Sabrina helped Tiny and T.I. recruit women. And when that was stated, okay, that was the Pandora box of everything, right? So the Pandora box was open for the couple. Okay, from there on out, us, the little people, you know, the rabbits and the bunnies and everyone started seeing people talking about what is going on in Tiny and T.I.'s bedroom. Have you been invited? Have you gone? We hear Rob Kardashian talking about Black China's allegations and how quickly T.I. shutted that down. So it was like the one after another. Everyone had, in Hollywood at least, everyone had a story about Tiny and T.I. and their bedroom menage a trois, basically. And now we move on to February. The first weeks of February, especially the first week, it sounds like the T.I. and Tiny friends and family hustle was put on hold indefinitely because of the allegations that were made, and they just did not want to, meaning they as in MTV Entertainment spokesperson, who's basically said, you know, we just don't want to have that connected to the show, and that the reps basically reached out to T.I. and Tiny and made them aware of kind of the seriousness of the situation and making sure that, you know, that the production is cleared from that, right? That they didn't want to be filming during this, the allegations as they were being looked into. And then we also have that T.I. basically was removed from Ant-Man 3. And so, again, because of those allegations and what was heating up and going on, so, you know, by this time, everything was kind of coming up, right? And it seemed like Tiny and T.I. were both kind of like the butt of the joke